Before reading the Laramie project, I was worried about the cohesion of the story and how the characters and their interviews would fit in. While reading, I was pleasantly surprised as the story flowed smoothly and the interviews were implemented properly. I also thought it was a sad story because Matthew did not survive. Going into it, I knew he was not going to, but while reading, I wanted him to survive and pull through. I was also intrigued to want to now read the success of the Laramie project 10 years later. One value that I saw while reading was do not interfere with other people's business. An example of this is with Marge Murray with her Live and Let Live comment on the attitude of the Laramie people on gays. Another value is do not twist other people's words. An example of this is when Father Roger Schmidt said that you need to do your best to say it correct, referring to the fact that the company members should not alter the words of the interviewees when presenting the play. One detail that I looked up is that I looked up the location of the Fireside Bar at the University of Wyoming and the map of Laramie in general. It gave me a picture of how the town was organized and helped me to place the characters in the play while reading it. I think Laramie has a dual characteristic to acceptance and tolerance. An example of acceptance is when Marge Murray says that Laramie does not really care about gays as long as they do not bother people. An example of tolerance is when Jen said that Aaron tolerated gay guys, but he would act against them if a gay guy tried to hit on him. An event like this could happen in Columbus because I believe there are people who are on both sides of the issue of acceptance and tolerance in Columbus as well. One element that helps to separate this play from intimate apparel is the narrator. The narrator helped to lead the flow of the story, which created and lead the flow of the story and also introduce characters. This created a context and meaning to the characters in the play. An example of this is when John Peacock was introduced and the narrator said that he was also the academic advisor to Matthew at the University of Wyoming. Another element is there were a lot more characters than intimate apparel. This helped to show a lot of different viewpoints on the same issue. Even the people from the theater's companies' viewpoints were shown, and it showed how the playwrights were affected by the story as well. An example of this is when Sherry Johnson's opinion was presented on how Matt's case was blown up by people, and it overshadowed the case of of the murder of a highway patrolman. Another element is words from different characters from different times were put in the same moment, and it helped to create cohesion and add to the meaning of the play. An example of this is Father Roger Schmidt's comment on you need to do your best to say it correct is mixed in with the journal entries of the company members at the very last moment. One question I have is, both sides of the crime are presented within a play. Some say it's not a hate crime, some say it's not. What do you think? Another question that I had is, why do you think it was important to include the company members' journal entries in words? Thank you.